much, Mr. Speaker. This Conservative government's attacks on the pensions of Albertans is being pushed through without adequate consultation. The advice of pension boards, who are responsible for administering the pension plans, has been more or less ignored. In short, Mr. Speaker, this government is riding roughshod over public employees, retirees and experts alike. My question is to the Finance Minister. Why don't you pause, consult with Albertans properly and reconsider your present course of action?
The Honourable Minister of Finance.
Mr. Speaker, this sounds strangely like a motion that was introduced into the House last night on Bill 9, which we spoke to and which I actually adjourned the debate on in Bill 9 last night. And, Mr. Speaker, we have taken stock of what all of the pension boards have told us around the sustainability issue that they have. We've also listened to experts in the field, including the Auditor General and others from other jurisdictions, who have told us in no uncertain terms, Mr. Speaker, that to do nothing is the wrong thing to do, that we need to do something to ensure the long-term sustainability and viability of those pensions, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. For supplemental.
Well, do something, do anything, but why don't you talk to Albertans and give Albertans a voice in the decision before you make that decision? It's clear that opposition to Bill 9 is strong and widespread. Many expert voices have challenged the government's rationale for these changes. So to the Finance Minister, why won't you support the NDP efforts to refer Bill 9 to the Standing Committee on Alberta's Economic Future so MLAs can hear from experts and the public alike before voting on the bill?
Honourable Minister of Finance.
Well, Mr. Speaker, I did speak to this last night, and I would encourage folks to read Hansard in my comments to that at about 11:05, something like that, last night. I would also say, Mr. Speaker, that there has been, across the globe, numerous experts talking about defined benefit pension plans. 80% of Albertans do not have a defined benefit plan, Mr. Speaker. And as I said last night, that's a concern for this government. That's a concern for many governments in North America. That's why this government introduced pooled registered pension plans. That's why this government wants to talk about CPP with the federal government.
Thank you. Final supplemental.
Very much. Well, the minister forgets to mention that a previous Minister of Finance put an end to previous attempts to bring about pension reform for all Canadians. This government is complicit in that decision, may have changed its mind now, but the fact of the matter is that this government derailed plans for adequate pensions for all Albertans. So Albertans are trying to speak up on this issue, Mr. Minister, and the government is deaf. Why won't you withdraw Bill 9, consult with Albertans, and let your next leader decide the course of action for your party?
Honourable Minister.
It's rather interesting, Mr. Speaker, that this party says that I should listen to previous finance ministers, and that party says that I shouldn't listen to previous finance ministers. How about we listen to this finance minister, Mr. Speaker? Number one, Mr. Speaker, we are concerned about all Albertans' retirements, and we're encouraging ways for Albertans to save for their retirement. Number two, Mr. Speaker, what we are doing for those employees of government, not for all Albertans, because it doesn't apply to all Albertans, what we are doing is protecting defined benefit pensions for the future, for the past, and for the present.
Thank you.